how's it going? So back on the Elko, of course, and just wanted to show you what happened with the paint job. Turned out really good in the box. Did the Raptor liner color matched bed liner, which extends into the smuggler's area. And as I said previously, I'll end up doing the smuggler's lid here in the same Raptor liner, which is over here. I've already got that prepped. Sanded out the top, put some primer on. You've got to etch the top. They say up to 80 grit. So I did 80 grit and then gave it some primer on any areas that came through. So I'll hit that. The bottom is powder coated in matte black finish. Hopefully you can see here. So it's just a nice matte black. And then when it opens, it'll be nice that way. Fenders, I'm having some issues with the driver's side. Passenger side, this is an aftermarket Dynacorn fender. Everything's fitting really good. Just working on the gaps here, so getting everything really even down on the back door. I ended up welding on a little bit of welding rod there, TIG rod, and then tacked it all the way down, ground it smooth. So when that's closed up, now we've got a nice even gap, even up here at the top, around the curves here. It's following all the way down. On both doors, I've got to pull them off the car. Bottom corners are a bit funky, so I'm gonna cut out and weld in some new pieces on the back and the front. So see some holes through there. So these doors are gonna come off once again. On the driver's side, ended up going to the original stock fender, and why I was avoiding it, as you can see up front on the inside there, there's a lot of rust. That section that goes across, which I'm gonna kind of point it out right here, this section is missing. And the same thing happened in the back. There's a channel that runs down to support the fender along the crease, and that's missing from the bottom because it had been cut, and they put in a quarter panel patch just at the back behind the wheel. So what I'm gonna end up doing is taking pieces off of the replacement fender here and here, merging them onto this fender to make one good fender. This one just fits so much better. The driver's side, I just was fighting with it, and there would have been more effort to fix the aftermarket fender than to just fix the original. So that's the plan. Today, just gonna continue moving along here and just fixing up the door gaps, tailgate, I'll show you that one now. I've got, this side here was easy. Of course, when you have to remove, that's really easy. So I just, as it comes up flush here, just removed some of it there. I got my gap even all the way down. On the driver's side, I've got a bit of a bigger gap here from when I rounded that. So I'll put some welding rod in this section here, get that looking good. The rest of it is even all the way down. So it's just this top part to fix. Goes to paint in about 8 to 10 days here. So I've got not a lot of time to get this thing ready and out the door for the painter. So trying to do the best job I can. Hello. So here's the thought process. This is the rotten lower support on the front quarter panel. And let me bring you around here, show you what's going on. So as you can see, it's been patched before. So there's a lower patch that's been put on here. Big problem was that this lower support was all rotten, nothing was attached. So when it was bolted to the car, that lower quarter panel was just kind of flapping in the breeze there. So what I'm gonna do is steal this section out of the new quarter panel, which is on the car right now. Again, working with the stock fender, I'm gonna patch this one in, and then I'll steal the back brace from the replacement fender, and we'll have one good fender. I've got some progress to show. So, got the lower, push that in there. I've got the lower welded in. So this this patch panel has been put in, and had to modify the rocker a little bit. It was a little too far forward, I think, even though it lines up at the rear. So again, aftermarket rockers, this is the time we get everything perfect. And I've sectioned and chiseled away all the spot welds, so now I can remove this lower support, and that's what I'm going to put in behind the stock fender. And then I've also removed the part at the front here. This is the one that was rotten on my stock fender, so I've taken that out of here as well, and we'll be putting that on the stock fenders. So what I've been doing is I took the old fender, the one that I'm not using, I sliced off the bottom portion just behind the rear wheel, and I'm using that shape to make my patches. So just lining things up, welding it in, doing the edges. I'll show you this one here that I cut out. So you can see inside, it was I just grinded it. I should have showed you before, but it's very rusty around the edges. Of course, that's where all the water sits in these doors. And so I'm just gonna take the piece that I cut out, I'll place it on the fender, take the shape, cut it out, weld this patch in, and this door will be done. So that means I've got this side completely done. The fender's done inside. Put that front part in that I stole from the other fender. Did the patch on the bottom here. So that's got the bracing in and everything now. So we're all good, everything fit up perfect. And once I get the door done here, I can finish the bit of seam, gaps I should say, along the edges where I just did this repair work. Painting the door jambs now. Just bagged off the car so that I don't get overspray in any of the box area that I've already done. So I've back taped all on the doors here. So I'm just gonna spray in these jambs and bag the front. So it's all cleaned up there, ready for paint to fly, base coat. Yesterday, I moved the car outside yesterday and was able to do the insides of the doors, inside the tailgate. And here they are. Finally got some nice weather. So the doors are all done inside. Now I can do the jambs, get these doors back on. Then it goes out for paint. The guy told me a couple weeks, so I have a bit more time. I was trying to get it to him for the end of April, but then I went on holidays and he was busy, so worked out good. Lets me finish this kind of stuff myself, which is gonna cut down on the paint job cost. Just getting ready to load the car up here and go to paint. So we've got some pieces in the back, and they're not gonna stay there, I'll take them in the truck, but these are pieces from the front end that need to be painted green. I sprayed the outside doors that I took down to bare metal with Steel It coating. All the insides, the jambs and everything are all done. I painted all that. So inside the doors, all the edges here on the inside, and that's the same on both. So basically, trying to get it set up so the painter just needs to do the outside of the car. I've just put some old hinges on. I had time to prime the hood, so I did a quick sand on it. Prime the outside and underside, so hopefully the painter will just have to give it a quick scuff and shoot it. So it's got a little bit of body work to do down the car. I can see a few little dents and dings in the original front fender when it was sandblasted. Found those. I had the cowl cover here sandblasted and just done in flat black, so he can paint over that. That way I know there's no rust. It's very hard to get in between all these fins when you're doing it by hand. So anyway, inside is done as it was before. Just got the steering column quickly mounted. I'll need to reclock that steering wheel now with all the new linkages because I'm running two solid mount joints now. So one at the bottom here, one at the top. That gets me around the headers. And that's it. So I'll show you when I get to the painters. I'll do a little quick video there of drop off. the car back. So anyway, that's the episode. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for checking it out.